Hello guys, welcome the CS Tech Solution. Today's is learn in UI/UX design. Today's is learn as a information architecture as a IA. Information architecture is a process of organizing the content and the features of the website or as a application. And so the users can as easily to find what they as need. And the things of the information architectures as as a plans of a house and before the buildings the rooms as you decide where's the kitchens as bedrooms, bathrooms and the living rooms and should go. And similarly as information architectures is decide as where the pages features and as information should be the place in a website or as a application. And this image to show as a e-commerce site, and the information architectures has to give like first as a home page inside as a sub topics like as a clothing search as a accessories cart and the location inside the another subtopics as a find the clothes and as a shirt, t-shirt, as a pant and many more options as to so. And search is browsers as entire the site to search and accessories as a find the accessories like shoes, belt and wallet and many more options. And as a cart inside the payment method as a checkout and the payment methods as to there. And as a location as a find the location and the map. And all the pages are the related together. Let's check in details as first as a why is the information architectures is the important. And the good as the information architectures is help the users as find the information as quickly as understand the ways they are and now so ways to go the next in the navigate easier and complete the task without confusions and have a better users experience. And one another examples as imaging online shopping website and poor organization like home product information things more and this the users may not understand ways to find the product. And the better organization home inside as a categories inside the electronic clothes homes and many more categories as to so. And another as a product select and card to the payment and orders status as to so. And the account as a user account information as to so like names, emails and mobile numbers and address. And now the structures is much easier to us understand. And main parts of the information architecture as a first as a organization as a decide the how the information should be as a grouped. And for the example in the expense tracker applications as financial informations and as salaries expense categories and the report. And related the information in the group as together. And second is a navigation is help the user to move around the website or as a application. And the example as a navigations bar sidebar steps as the breadcrumbs and menus and the buttons. And for the example as a home expanse report and the profiles menu. And third is the label. Labels are names giving to the page as the buttons and the session. And the good label should be as a short, clear, similarly and easy to understand. For the example, as a financial activity management is a long name, so as good labels is the only as a right as expanse. And Fourth, as a search. Search is help the user to find the information as directly. And for the example, as a search the expands, and this the expectedly as useful than the website has a lot of the information. And another topic is the sitemap. What is the sitemap? A sitemap is a visual representation of the structures of a website. And if as so as a main pages, as a sub pages, relationship between the pages, and as a how the connect to the organized, and you can think of sitemaps as a map of the website. And this image to show as a home page, and inside the sub pages like clothing search as a accessories and cards and locations as to gives, and the relationship between all the pages like any cloth as select, and after as move in the cart, and as a location as to gives, so all as related together. Example of a simple website and sitemap as a imaging URs as a design the portfolio's website as a home inside the sub pages like about project and the content, and the project inside as a UX applications as a website, and after as a expanse trackers, and UX app inside as a case study. And this is show the relationship between the pages. And sitemap for expanse trackers, you sorry as a for your as a expanse tracker project, you could as to create these structures, and as a home inside the dashboard, expanse and the salaries, and the dashboard inside as a total expanse and the balance has to show, and total expanse inside to create a report as a chart and the categories wise, and as a expanse page inside as a add the expanse list and the search the expanse, and the profile inside as a edit as a profiles and log out the profile, and the salary inside to as only as add the salary. And this is help to understand what the page and the features the product is needed. How to build a sitemap? First steps as a list of all the important pages, like start by writing down and every major pages like the example as a home, logging, register, dashboard, expand, add the expand, salaries, report, profiles and the setting. And the do not worry about the structure at. And the second step is identify the main pages as a ask as a which the page are as the most important, and for the expanse trackers applications and the website as first as a dashboard, expanse, salaries, report and the profile, and this can as become the main navigations item. Third step is add a sub pages like as now, so as organize the related pages as underneath in main pages like the expanse inside as add the expanse list, search and the filter, and the report inside as a monthly report, yearly report, as a categories wise report and the chart as to create. And fourth step is connect the pages like show how the users has moved between the pages, and examples as dashboard as expanse, and add the expanse, save expanse list, and this the represent as a basic user flows. And the last steps is review the structure as ask yourself as can the user as easily to find the important features, and are the similar pages as grouped together, are the label as understandable, and are there to many menus items, and is a navigator logicals and can the user is easily to as a return to a previous pages, and if as some things as feel as a confusing and as a organized it. And sitemap versus as a user flows, as this the two concept are the related but as a different. And the sitemap and the user flows has to give. Sitemap is as a show the website structure, and the user flows is a show the step to complete the task. And the sitemap is a focus on the pages, and the user flows is a focus on the user action. And the sitemap is show the hierarchy, and as a user flow is show as a journey. And as a sitemap is go the home to the expanse and the expanse to the report, and the user flow as logging, and after the add the expanse and after as a save. And simple ways as the remember, sitemap is where the things are, and the user flow is how the user has get there. And sitemap example in the UX portfolios, and for your the UX portfolios project, and as a sitemap is made look like homes inside as a about project and the resumes, and as a project inside as a more project as to show as a project 1 2 3, and inside as a case studies, and inside the research and the finding as to show, and another page is the wireframe in the prototype is show, and last as the final designs and the result as to show in your the app or the website related a project. And this make a portfolios is easier to the plans as before the creating as a actual screen. And tools you can use as you can create a sitemap using as a figmas as a useful for as a UX project, as a figjam as a useful for as a brainstormings and the diagrams, and Miro is useful for as a collaborative so mappings, and Google Slides as a simple options, and the pen and papers as a perfectly fine you for Ariel's plannings, and for your the UX works as a Figmas and the Figjames is a good choice as because the you can easy also to move the pages around, and the connect them with lines. Thank you guys to watch the videos. Please subscribe the channel, on the notification and bell icon.